consider, the theater sort of our church, right? And we have somebody very special coming to the stage. I have a little intro I'd like to read here. Our next performer is a celebrated evangelist. He's known for sermons on boardwalks and nudist beaches around the country that are both rousing and arousing. He boasts a podcast on the Godcast network called Wake Up and Sin. And it is the most downloaded podcast there with over 1 million downloads a day.
Incredible.
That's amazing. I got to tune in. He is a motivational speaker, an untrained snake handler. Is there any other kind? And a practitioner of tantric preaching.
That's great stuff.
He will be doing an improvised sermon based on a salacious suggestion that you provide.
Oh.
So please welcome to the stage the venerate preacher, the Reverend Raymond Nader.
Welcome all! Thank you all for coming here tonight. Can I get an amen? Can I get a glory to God? Yes, I want to hear it. Amen. Amen. Yes, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Glory to God. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, Bethel. Thank you, Neil, for a wonderful introduction. I am Nader. The joke is on his own words. That's right. I'm Reverend Raymond Nader, come to entertain you and proselytize for you in the Church of Barrow Group. I'm thrilled to be here because I hear from Bethel and I hear from Neil that you are very sinful. You need a little something in your life to help bring you from the dark side over there and bring you into the light that I experience over here. You see this? You're never supposed to wear white on stage because it just is blaring. But I want to bring you to my side where you're blaring with white brightness. I'll come here and do an improvised sermon based on a suggestion you provide. I want something very specific. I want something that's very simple. I want something that's very bad, horrible, morally despicable, disgusting, whatever. Give it to me at the count of 3 and I'll make a sermon off of it. 1, 2, 3.
Republican National Convention.
Excuse me, say that again.
Republican National Convention.
Republican National Convention. Oh, that sends me in a tailspin. I just go deep and around and I just think of everything that jumps in my mind when I think of Republican National Convention. I think of anti-abortion. 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 You know what? About a Republican National Convention that is sinful? Nothing, because they have it all together. They have it all together. If you talk to a Republican, they know what's on the inside. Now, what it makes me also think of is probably what's infesting this church out here. It's the liberalism. It's the democratic nonsense mumbo-jumbo that you're experiencing. You go to Jon Stewart for your politics when you're not going to the Rush Limbaugh. I have it right. You listen to Comedy Central gods to dictate what you should believe in. And I want to tell you that the man who is above my hand, the figure that is in the sky and above it, is telling you no! Change that channel. Change it. Change it. I know that you have that inside you. I know you are infested with these views that are against conservatism and against the Christian right-wing lovey-dovey side. I'm here to bring it over, and I'll make it oh so easy by giving you some passion from my own side. You see, I, the Reverend Raymond Nader, the Reverend Nader, used to be in the DNC. I moved over to the RNC, and I did something like this 2 years ago. Just picture it. Picture me in this wonderful suit. Not a suit like this, no. It was navy blue and pinstripes, hair slicked back, fancy car saying, you can do that, you can do that, you can do that. That's the recipe for liberalism, don't you know? I just passed it out. I had children with many, many lovely ladies, and I said, please, just run around and make merry and make love. I was dictating that. I had lots of kids in 2 years, yes. I had lots of lovers in 2 years, yes. And that's the recipe for liberalism. I had many homes. I had many places to live. I told people they could do anything they want. I took recipes for human family values and I converted them into something seen before. The farmlands, the churches that we know of, everything that was part of regular human American family values, I questioned and I said, change it, change it. You're free. You're a liberal country. You have freedom in your life. And that invited, first, a little bit of destruction. Families started deteriorating. That which we knew was beautiful and ideal started crumbling. We moved from the collective, the group, to the individualistic, which sounds so fancy and good. Like that. I was sitting up here. I was up here saying, look at me, I'm not an individual. And I'm not like you, who are part of a group. It felt good. But then I met another individual. And I met another individual. And then I wanted a relationship. And I couldn't because it was an individual. Relationship, a collective, individual. No. And I realized my celebration of deterioration of family values meant that we were a dispersed society. Isn't that right? Hallelujah. Hallelujah. We were a dispersed society. We couldn't do anything. We couldn't get people to come to our sermons because they had other stuff to do. There was no sense of community. It was all lost in that internet, behind that username and password and avatar and Twitter account. It was all just parsed and diced and julienne, and we called it society. We said we loved it, but if you dug deep down, if you got in the heart that's in the foot, and you asked the heart in the foot, you said, how do you feel? I actually had lost my foundation. My foundation was up here in my chest, not in my feet. You have to ask. In fact, if you ask yourself right now, if you ask yourself right now, really ask, really ask, because you're not asking if you haven't really asked. You really ask, is this where I want to be? Do I like the loneliness that comes with my liberal values? Do I like them? I know the answer. I just realized I have the Bible on the floor. But what brought me outside? How did I awaken? I bet you want to know, how did I awaken? Well, one day, I became so dispersed that my arms started talking to me and says, Reverend Raymond Nader, I want to leave too. So my arm left from my socket and started floating around the room. It was not a part of me. And then my left leg talked to me and it said, Reverend, I want to leave. It was gone, floating around the room. And of course, you know where this is going. My other arm left my body, my other arm left my body, and my genitalia left my body, my buttocks left my body, my hips left my body, my chest left my body. All was left was this little brain that started dividing around Wernicke's area to split into two hemispheres. And there I was, levitating, a big mass of guts without any binding. I had ears, though. Ears were all that was left. And the ears picked up a signal coming from way over there. And if you imagine the darkness over here, imagine it farther than the darkness. And imagine it farther than that, where it's darkest of all. Radiating from that area. Little signals like radio waves and sound waves came into my ear canal, rattled around a bit, and flew your shotgun. Yes, right. The message was from, giggity, giggity, oggity, oggity, giggity, giggity. It was God. He said this message unto me. He says, as I live, says the Lord, though could I have the son of him, were the signet on my right hand, yet I would pluck you off. And he spoke to me. And that resonated inside my eardrum. And it resonated at such a frequency that the other limbs, the disembodiment, and all the different pieces in my body started to resonate too with it. And they realized they got the message. They realized they had to come together. They had to come and bind. They realized there's a power in that resonance. They were all on the same wavelength. And they intersect inside me. And that made me feel good. And then I remembered my family values. And I realized I need a family. I need not individualism. I need collectivism. So with the resonance, other people got it. They got up. They stepped up. Step out. Step out. Step out. They stepped up and they raised their hands and they were waving and glossolalia, speaking in tongues I've never heard. And they all came toward me. And suddenly I had 2 people around me. And then 4, and then 8, and 16, then 32, then 64, then 128, 128 people, then 256, then 5 more, then in so infinitesimal moment, you heard the message of God. And that's also the message of the RNC. Preserve, protect, and defend that which is us. We are humanity. We are not oneity. We are not singularities. We are a collection. And remember that. I hope that you will vote Republican next election. And more, that you will take in your hearts, your souls, and your minds that who is above my hand. I am the Reverend Raymond Nader, and I want to say hallelujah!